Welcome to Attican Plays Railway Empire. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to part 5 of our playthrough of Patchwork from the Germany DLC as a continuation of our Railway Empire Back to Basics series. Now, we've got our beautiful 3-city cluster going, which, by the way, we're going to repair quite a bit. We've got our original big 3 here over here. We've now connected to a bunch of regions and a bunch of people, and then pulled everything back because we needed to do other things. And now we've got a whole new set of objectives, and right now it's time to make a new plan again. So let's take a look at what we've got to do, and we're going to look at it here. I've got this little thing to help me calculate. I'm getting tired of not knowing where I stand, okay? So, /29, 9/29/18. I'm sorry, I can't type. There we go. All right, so we have 4 tasks. We have to do an express line from Berlin to Cologne. We have to connect to 16 areas. We're currently, I believe, connected to 9. We have to build 10 cities up to 120,000 population, and we have to buy out both of our competitors. And we have target dates of 1859 for express, 1861 for the 16 areas, 1864 for the 120,000 population 10 cities, and 1866 to buy out the competition. Now, that means this is calculating how much time do you have left from this date, the current game date, to that date. And this is on the assumption that, and I'm fairly certain this is true, the first time that you see these lists pop up, which actually for us was about the 10th of July, but we're going to put it as the first because it comes out even on the months, and also because it's a little aggressive. It's actually harder than saying the 10th. We lose 5 more days, or 10 days for the green tick. So here's the time we have remaining to get this done in green, and this is our goal target, which is half of this. So you have to do this in half time. The distance, the time between here and here, you cut that in half, and that's what this is. So we have to get done with the express by September 1857. You can read this data here. So this is calculating based on that and based on the date that we're in right now. How much time do we have left? Now I did that because one, I've played this game a lot. And I'm so tired of not knowing what my true goal is for the goal tick. So I kind of built this, and I plan on using this from now on when I play scenarios, so that I know what's the deal, what do I have to do, how fast do I have to move. And I think the key one for us to look at is that we have 4 years and 6 months from our current date to get 10 cities to 120,000. So we're going to make a plan based on that. And we're going to look at this and say, well, we've got Kassel and Frankfurt and Worms. And right now we've got one that's big enough, that would be Frankfurt. And we've got another nice 3-city cluster here, Saarbrücken, Koblenze, which just grew, and I can't pass that up because that is a museum. We're going to put it right out there. It's a beautiful spot for a museum. Okay, we've got Saarbrücken, Koblenze, and Cologne, and they're all growing nicely from our 3-city cluster. And there's a good point there. That hits 60,000. Well, we've been working on this 3 for about a year and a half. Now, not exclusively. We go off and do other things to come back, but it's gotten a lot of our focus for a year and a half, and we've got it up to 60,000. So, and the growth seems to accelerate because as you get more and more stuff in there, it'll be about the same pace, or maybe potentially faster if we do a good job. But anyway, we look at it, it's doing all right? So year and a half, let's call it a year and a half baseline for halfway to our goal. So a 3-year process to get that done. And let's keep in mind, how much time did we have? We have 4.5 years, and we think we can do it from scratch in 3.5 years. And by scratch, I mean but from really little towns. So, saying all that to tell you that I've changed my mind. We're not going to go over here, as I had said at the end of the last episode, because of several things. Number one is we're going to be needing, this is a good area to grow, it really is. But we're going to need all these different raw materials that are around here. And we're going to be competing with Trixie to get them because she's taking them all over the place. Now, in some cases, she'll be taking them places and helping us, but we can't control that, and I can't stand not being in control. Well, I want to know what's going on and how fast this stuff's moving and where it's coming from and where it's going to, so that I can plan and know how my city growth is going to go. So that's one reason we're not going down here. Another reason is the track. We would have to lay all kinds of weird stuff, tunnels and bridges and around and behind and under and through, just to get to build any kind of a reasonable structure to grow cities down in here. And we're not going to mess with it. Number three is I don't know that we wouldn't be just helping her grow as well by giving her bigger cities to sell the stuff that she carries into. So we're not going to go there. What we're going to do instead is actually pick 4 little cities that are in a good spot. They have a nice location right up in here. We're going to take a couple of meat producers, Hamburg and Bremen, and a couple of pastry producers, Hanover and Brunswick, and make them into a little 4-city cluster. So we're going to build a 4-city cluster here, that 4 plus our second 3, the Saarbrücken 3, and then the original 3, that would give us our 10. So we're going to focus our efforts on growing that for the city. But in terms of our overall plan, and I want to go back to the spreadsheet just because I don't want this clock to run. See, it's already ticked over to October. We're losing time as I speak. So we've got to do the express right away. It's only 2 years, and we can get that done. Put that out of the way and just leave it alone. Once we have it set up, we don't have to watch it anymore, provided we set it up correctly. And then the 16 areas, I think that's a matter of spending money. There's 2 ways to do that. One would be to buy a competitor who's hooked into a bunch of areas. That would be great. And the other way is just buy some areas, open them up with money. Well, making money, the best way to make the money is for us to grow another cluster and have 3 good clusters of cities growing and making a lot of money from the industries and from the traffic between the cities, moving the goods in. Keep in mind we're Don Lorenzo, lots of money bringing those goods, the raw materials and stuff into the cities. So we're going to do this first, then turn our attention here, add this in when we feel like we have to reach our goal, and then we'll see how it all works out to when we would eliminate the competition. So that's our plan. Express, then city building up here. So that means we've got our first attention has to be to raise the money to get in here. If we look at our finances, we got a couple of large loans. We're really going to have to close those loans out in order to make that move up here and have money left over to build the line we need for the express. So we're just going to crank this up a little bit, let it run. I'm going to try to watch the cities down here, make sure they don't pop up and give us like a business opportunity or something that we might miss. Wouldn't want to do that. Like here, well, no, this one's going to hit like a museum. We're certainly, if we can put a museum in Saarbrücken, we're certainly going to do that. We just put one here. They help so much. And same thing here. When this city's big enough to, do we want to buy something down in Bayreuth? No, we do not. Thank you for the offer. And we will hire these people. And we've already got a market crier working for us. As soon as we have enough money, we'll close out. I do see, let's see, bid on that. I do see one thing we need to fix. We're missing a supply tower. My favorite mistake on this little pig line going into Cologne. Other than that, nothing really happening. We can double check these cities as well. Oh, this one, okay. Now we might want to think about an industry in Worms because it's about to hit 90,000. There's already an industry here, a tool maker, that's actually doing all right, and it's getting its iron over land. But it doesn't require a tremendous amount, one a week, and it's just getting it over land, and we won't mess with that for now. And if we get a promoter, we're going to put them on Castle, because Castle is kind of lingering at this 50%, and a promoter would kind of push them over the top, and they've got a good enough supply that they're not going to suffer or diminish. So now, let's see, where are we? We can close a bond. And how big can we open? So yeah, see, we're going to need to close both of them in order to really make a move on this other territory. I do not want that. Do I? Nah, I don't. Do I? I do. I take that back. Just realize that farm is right there next to Hamburg. That's going to be actually our veggie source for this area up here. We'll take it while it's cheap. Yeah. And it'll actually, believe it or not, it'll actually make money for us right away, because it will go overland. It's selling to a couple of cities. 100% of Hamburg's need and 100% of Schwerin's need coming from our farm. So it'll actually start making a little bit of money. And you can see we're outstripping our competition pretty well. So when we get enough to close that bond, then we're going to open 2 more bonds and work on that express line. Then we're going to turn our attention to the hardcore city growth up here in a different region. Okay, looks like, oh, did I miss that? Museum, okay, good. Museum in Saarbrücken. Look how well Saarbrücken is doing. It's doing great. And Cologne is about to hit the museum stage. And Koblenze is approaching that 90,000 where you get a third industry. What's that? I'm not worried about an express bonus. And research, increase reliability, sure, we can take that. And we'll take that conductor, and we don't want either of those. And speed it up, and let's get this done. Okay, come on guys, let's go, let's get some money. I'll gladly pay that penalty. I want the money now, not later. There we go. Slow it down. Open a bond, open another big bond. Now we got some money to play with. We're gonna go up here and poke the other bear, open up Brandenburg. And we're going to go, we got 3 million left. That's great. And we'll go up here to Berlin, put in a small train station. And you'll notice there's a special building here, so we can't, it's an attraction. So we can't run what we'd like to do, our typical kind of side-by-side deal, but that's all right. We'll put a small station here. We'll give it repairs, and then we're going to run just drag a straight line track right over here to Cologne, which is down here. And while we're looking at Cologne, Cologne can now take a museum. We'll put one, let's put one out here. Okay, Cologne now has so we've got a museum in all 3 of those. That's a big step right there. And we're going to take our track. Notice we can't go out the back because of that industry. If we had to, we would certainly knock it down and change that, but we don't have to. We'll go out this way. We're going to move this up the slope high enough to get a low grade, which will be there, okay? And then we're going to go over here and put on repairs, go back into track mode, and let's work back. Let's work back from Berlin. So we're not going to be afraid of bridges and tunnels because this has to just be done. It has to be a good fast line, but we also are not going to just waste millions of marks either. Okay, a 4-degree slope would be nice, and we definitely prefer bridges over tunnels. Typically get oh, now this one's interesting. It's the two aren't even. See how this is very, very steep, and this one's not. It's not grabbing it right in the middle. Let's get rid of that one. See if we can grab it over here. Do a little better. So 7-degree, 5-degree. There, 5-degree. That's fine. So we're coming down like this. That's a good bridge there. Now we need to get around this stuff right here. We've got to get away from that territory we don't own. We could do a very expensive tunnel right through there, but given how straight this is so far, I don't think we need to go to that expense. So let us go out. Let's grab this and go around this mountain here. And then I think I want to go back over this way and line ourselves to go north of Castle. We don't want to mess with Castle. We'll go north of Castle like this, and we'll have to get away from that boundary over there. Okay, 1 degree. Don't need those bridges in there. We don't need that to be a big bridge when it can run nice and flat. There's a little bridge there that we really don't need. 2, 2, 3. Can we make that go down a little bit? Nah. We'll just leave it right like that. That's fine. Okay, now we come up here and we have to decide, do we want to go... If we go underneath the mountain, we're going to have to go way over here. I think what we can do is go right up here above this old castle. There's sort of a little high, I don't know what you want to call it, sort of a high flat spot, maybe a high valley you could almost call it, or a gap in the mountains, or whatever. This certainly isn't what I had in mind. Right through there, is that it? Yeah, so that comes out pretty nicely out of here, runs up. Okay. Let's see. I think that one little tunnel kind of buys us something there, really. Does that bridge buy us anything? No, we can get rid of that bridge. Well, now is this tunnel, can we do without the tunnel? Ooh, if we just replace that tunnel here with a small bridge here, well, is that a bridge? No. With a bridge here, we get a pretty nice little line, and they're giving it away at 1,000,000 marks. That's, we'll take that. Okay. And we're going to set up a passenger mail line. We're going to run from Berlin, the only track it can take, to, by the way, this could be a freight line. I mean, you can get an express freight line, certainly. And we'll just specify the track just in case. And we're going to run the Hulda, which is our fastest express train, give it the dining and the mail and a caboose. And we're going to look for people who can give us speed, like that dude right there. Either speed or great repair. Oh, look at this. Oh, beautiful. He's going to get an extra bonus because of this relationship. beautiful. How about a conductor? Let's find a conductor that makes them happy. They all get along with. Nope. 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 A lot of no's. Not seeing any yeses. So this guy's actually on a warehouse run. That's because he's been auto assigned to the wrong place. So we'll move him over. Then let's see if we can possibly find a security guard that would give us further bonuses. Well, this makes her better, which is okay, but it's not really what we're after. We're after going the other way. We want the security guard to make one of the other folks happy. See, that's good, but that's no good. That's no good at all. Is that the best we're going to do? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, now let's go take a look at this little dude. Okay, look at this. We're 18% faster and 5% faster here. 13% more profit. That's a beauty. That will absolutely be an express line. It'll need to make a trip and then make another trip, and it'll also, very, very much so, it will need supply towers, which we haven't given it. So let's take care of that. We'll put supply towers along its route. And maybe even another one down here. Okay. So supplies are no problem. Great crew. That should do extremely well. Okay. So I'm not particularly worried about that task anymore. So now we want to do our building. And I really want this area right here. And what's it going to cost us? 1.8. Beautiful. So now we have access. Now we can start this. First thing we have to do is connect it somehow, some way. We can't just go up here and start building unless we're just going to do rural stations and warehouses, which, by the way, you could do that. You could actually build out an area and grow the city and never put a station in there. But we won't be doing that. We will be... I keep it there, 9, that'll do. Let's build up here to that lumber. Get rid of that bridge. Okay. And now let's plan this out a little bit. So apologize for gabbing, but this matters. We're going to get, I'm seeing there's wood here and there's wood over here. So I'm thinking we'll supply 2 of the cities with wood from here, 2 of the cities from here. Then we've got grain and milk that are together, and I suspect if we put a large station right here, we can get both of those if we want. We've got hops right here, which is kind of in the way. We've got peat right here, kind of in the way, but it'll be fine. So I'm seeing this be a log station for 2 sites, and our plan is to run directly into the cities with this stuff. So we're going to put a large, where are they, train station with signaling control in Brunswick. And we'll put it like so. We'll give it repairs. And we will put a train station. I think, yeah, we'll go right there, and we're going to run our connecting track up here like this. This connects, right now, the only purpose it's serving is to connect what's going on up here to what's going on in our main system. So that's connected, and now we're going to run a line out of here and plug it into this guy right here. We'll double track it, and we're going to use this type of connection. Okay. Let's set our signals, and I'm always ahead of myself in so many ways. Okay, we need a signals because these are regular stations, they're not super stations. And then after that, we need a second waiting line. Like so. And we need to set signals here and here. Put in our Jan Janssens. And let's just run our first train. It will be from track 1, running full into Brunswick. We'll run the Rhine. It takes 25 days, so one train should do a great job for now, keeping that city in wood. Now we're going to bring in another city. We're going to put a large train station with signaling control in Hanover. And this one will be the southern half of that. And there's enough room to put another one up there. Good. And we're going to connect. Let me think about this. How did I want to do this? We want to connect out of this line right here. I have a definite design in mind, which is a little different from anything I've used before. Like this. And we're going to do point-to-point connections on each end. They work just fine with these superstations. And set our track and give it a supply tower. And we will run a line between here and here. And we'll run the Rhine, and that takes 29 days. Yeah, we'll run one back. The Rhine. Okay. Now we want to get the wood going into Hanover, so we will do set a line out of track 2, run full, go here. And on your way back, use the waiting line that isn't used, which is that one. And that takes 59 days. We'll give them a couple of trains, making that longer run. Okay, so we've got wood going in. Now we've got our milk and grain right here nearby, so we could get these two hooked up with that. So we're going to put a large train station. Where is it? Right there. Let's make sure this works. It does. Beautiful. And let's pull it back. I want to pull it back this way a little bit to give us room before we get to that river. And I think we'll plug this into this. Let's see. This one. I think one. I guess. Yeah. 1, 2. Okay, 3 and 4 out of this one. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm thinking ahead a little bit, and I'll explain that later, what I'm thinking of. And the simplest thing is I'm thinking of how this is going to run in and how this is going to run to the next station in the cluster. So we're going to connect them like this. Come in like so. And oh man, a supply tower right there just might work for both of them. Okay, and as usual, I'm way ahead of myself on these signals. Put in our generic switches in the front. And think about how many people are going to get grain from here. How many cities? 1, 2, 3 probably. Hamburg, I think, will go up here and get theirs. It would be easier to run it. It would be a longer line. Hamburg's going to get several things from up here, I can see. But I do think we'll have 3 coming in from here. So let's build 3 waiting lines. we've got one. Second one needs to be relatively long. Okay, and the third one. And that's good. Okay. And these are all waiting lines, so we'll give them signals. And we're going to be very careful not to have a signal up here past all that. And we don't, so that's great. And now we're going to do out of here, track 1, running to Brunswick. On the return, we want you to use the one you kind of like already. And that takes 83 days. Now remember, this is 2 products. So I'm going to just think of it as a 1 and a 1.5 because you need more wheat than you do milk. And then we're going to also look at the fact that this is a pastry, which is a factory. So we'll run a couple of extra just for the factory here, and then we'll run try to get to a 2 overall. So that'd be, we really need the equivalent of 4. So 4 going in there at 83. It takes a little over 1 to make 1. So 2, 3, 4. We'll run 5 trains, and that should be good. Okay, then we want to set up the line. Line 2, run full into Hanover. Same deal. It's 42 days, so 1 can definitely do it. So we'll do 2. That gives the milk and the grain, and a couple of extras because this is a bakery. All right, and let's add our next city into this. Bremen. Along here, coming down like so. And give it repairs. And I think I'm behind on my repairs here. Repairs and repairs. Okay, so now we need a line that goes from this one over here to that one. And we'll double track it with point-to-point connections, of all things. Okay. And we'll give it a supply tower. And now we'll set up, let's set up a line between here and here. Let's set up a line between here and here. Let's set up a line between here and here. And between here and here. That's our city-to-city lines. And now we want to be able to connect this into that. And we would want to use this connection here, I think. Come up like this. Come in before the bridge. That's the wrong side. Throw that away. Delete part of this track. We actually wanted this to go over to that side. And then double track this back down. Like so. and put in our signals. Signals and signals. Get rid of the short block. And we'll set up, well, first we'll set up our milk line. So that will be track 3, run full, go to there. Our milk and grain, I should say. I don't want that. It'll be 49 days, so that'd be 1, 2, and that'll do it. 2 should do it for that guy. Okay. Now we want lumber going to Brennan. Oh, it's going to come from up here. Lumber. We can plug this lumber into Brennan. I also see this lumber running up here, so we'll put a train station on this, and I think we can see train station. We'll put it here where it'll pick up the sugar beets in case we ever need them, and if we do, we'll just I think I messed that up. I think it slid on me here. Make sure we've got them both. Turn it a little bit there. Put in repairs, and we'll run a line into Brennan off this one right here. That looks pretty good. Double track that down like so. Give it a supply tower, I think, right there. And of course I failed to put these in. And if you have good eyes, you saw that has to go. That's too far up. There we go. And we're going to have, eventually we'll have 2 lines, so let's just go ahead and put in our waiting line. Now, do you see, I'm sure you've noticed how I'm moving this up as far as I can go this way and as far this way. I want to get as much real track here and not have these slow merges. I want real track there where I can put trains on the sidings. So let's get that done. Let's put in our signals. Okay, and there, and right here, there we go. There's the big error. You do not want that one up here because it will cut you off. Let's say you had the Bremen line didn't need a lot of wood right now, and you've got it sitting right here. And the next train that happened to come up through here was the Bremen, and it stopped here. That meant that the ones that are going to Hamburg that would be coming off of a different waiting line cannot move because that guy's there. That's a fatal error if you let that signal stay right there. So let's go here, out of track 1, run full to Bremen, and for now it's just the wood, but the wood is kind of a 1.5 deal. So we got 68 days. We'll definitely run 2 trains in there. That'll be great. And let's hire these people. Ooh, a promoter. Slow down. What did we say? Promoter. I think Castle. Castle's the one that needs a boost. We'd like to get Castle over 1. Yes. Let's do Castle. He only needs 2,000, but if we do this, we can get him over, and then we won't have to. We've got him well fed enough that he shouldn't lose ground. So this will get him over 120, and we won't have to mess with him anymore, hopefully. So that would be that's a good investment, even if it's only to get us 2,000 people. He'll really get us quite a bit more than 2,000. We did that line. Yes, we did. Okay. So we've got wood running in here. We can also, while we're working our way around, we can set up the wool that's going to go to these 3 cities. Or is it 3? There's wool here, there's wool here. I think we'll do 3 here, and then this one will go straight to Hamburg. Okay. And so yeah, I think we'll just share the line. We'll set up a track like, no, how big? A large train station. We'll wait and make some money. Money. Okay. What's all this? Oh, I should be checking down here. The bonuses for express lines are just irritating. Now I wasn't paying attention. Beatrix put a what do you call it? A dairy in here, and that's fine because we do get milk, and it'll help it grow. I hate giving her money, but that's okay. That's okay. At least we didn't have to spend that money to put that industry in there. And we'll own it eventually anyway. Let's increase the power of our vehicles. And we got all 3 of them growing still. It's a random breakdowns. They don't count. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I saw that. He's missing repairs. He's not. Okay. Okay. All right, that's still looking good. Castle's, you can see Castle has just ripped through 130, so they're good. Frankfurt's 130. Worms is 105 and on the cusp. So, oh, okay, well here. She put a dairy farm in here, and we need to feed it. We need to make sure it's satisfied to keep this city growing. I do believe, yeah, they're barely getting any milk overland. So let's do this. Let's, this is one, I think it would be easier to just put in another station, put it over on this side, like so. Give it repairs. Run it down here and merge it in with that line. Give it some returns and set up a line running milk into whichever of these is the least busy. So this one's 22. Well, neither one of them's very busy. Go into that one. And then, well, just for force of habit, when you come back, hit that. Run the Rhine. 70 days, so that would be 1, and it's a factory. We'll give it a couple more. We'll run a bunch of milk down there, and we'll make as much money as Beatrix does, probably. Growing, so we're still good. Let's get back to work up here. We were going to put a, look at that money pop back up so quickly. Of course, no, I'm running on regular speed too. Large train station. Let's go here. Let's set up repairs. We'll give it the generic, let's see, come out of this one. We'll go right by this city and come in here. Let's go here. Just miss Oldenburg. And this one's supposed to be the right-hand side, which it is. Okay, good. And double track it back. And we'll build out our generic switches here so that we can access all 4 lanes. We're only going to use 3 of them for now. Probably period, 3 of them. I'm not going to do the signals yet because I'm going to go ahead and put in 2 more waiting lanes. Okay. And one more. Go, and we'll give it signals. And give it signals going that way. Check our intersection, and it looks good. We could go up here closer. Yep. Okay. We do miss that supply tower though, so let's put one down here. Make sure we hit one. And let's set up our wool. Out of line 1, run full, go to Brunswick. When you come back, you can use that waiting line. With the Rhine, it takes you 110, so 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go here, track 2, and go to Hanover. Rhine. Shoot. When you come back, go into that one. It takes you 82 days, so 1, 2 should be good. Now see, nothing's happening. They're not big enough to use it. I'm setting it up in advance. I want this to run as soon as these cities are big enough to take the wool, which will be at 24.5, I believe it is. I say I believe it is, I know it is. Got to modify this. When you come out of Bremen, make sure that you use that lane right there. Oh, he is taking it. Good. And 59 days, we'll give him a couple. Okay, so now we've got wool. And what I want to do, let's get our 4th city in here. So we need 2.25 to get up there. How are we looking on financing? Nah, we'll just accumulate the money. We got these 3 cities growing. That's nice. Did I do repairs out here? I don't recall. I did. Good for me. How's our little veggie farm doing? Not much. It'll get better here in a minute. Okay, go into here, buy access to that region, and let's accumulate some money. Don't care about these people. Growing, not growing. Why not? Not getting wheat. Got to get this initial setup up here first before I worry about that. Okay, let's put in the train station that matches up with these guys, and that's going to be a large train station with signaling control. Okay. Okay, and it will go here, get repairs, and let's see, the second one, we want to hook in this one to that one. And run as straight a line as we can. Yeah. And let's just take a quick, I want to make sure these are all express. If they are, we'll ignore them. All right, let's take a quick look at our train here. It says he's here on express status. He needs to be here. I'm going to predict that after he goes down here to Cologne and goes back up to Berlin, we get our express status. That's going to be my prediction. We'll see if that's correct. Okay, we'll make that connection. And we'll double track down to here. And we will set up a supply tower. Yes. We'll just put one in the middle. Okay. Middle-ish. Okay, we need a line that runs from here to here. And we need a line that runs from here to here. And we need a line that runs from here to here. We need a line that runs from here to here. And we need a line that runs from Hamburg to Brunswick. And we need one that runs from Brunswick to Hamburg. And now we need to think about well, we got several things we can hook in here. Oh, and we've got our veggies we can run to all 4 cities. But I don't want to run them through this and into that system. And I also want to check this. See, this is getting very crowded. 65, 59, this is all good. 80, we're about done with that station, but that's okay. It's okay. Some of that's that going through, which we're going to cut off right here. We're going to, we're going to put in another large train station with signaling control here in Brunswick. And put it there. Now this one, I want us to be able to go from this station to this station directly. Without having to do any weird junctions or anything, just have a direct connection. And then I want another large train station with signaling control here. And here. And I want this to be connected to this. With a direct connection. And a beautiful superhighway of track. And I want another one, large train station here, and I think I've goofed up in Hamburg. I don't think I have, I know I have. but it'll be all right. Okay, and I want this one to be able to talk directly to this guy, like so. Okay, and I also want him to be able to talk directly to this guy, like so. We'll take these people. Growing, 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 growing. Okay, they're all growing. We've got to start feeding Hamburg very, very quickly. I'm sitting here playing building superhighways, and we need to get up there and do a little more real work. And then go here to there. Like so. Beautiful. A beautiful superhighway of track. And then here's where I think I've goofed up, is this line here. This track should actually be over there. Let's see if it is possible to put, well, we need money. And I don't think it will be. We might be able to move this without losing the trains. That is entirely possible. Come on. Oh, look at this. They're going to let us get away with our error. Looky, looky. Okay, you. Okay, I want him to be able to talk to him. Is that right? Oh, actually, I want him to be able to talk to him. And then I want this guy to be able to talk to this guy right here. And yeah, he does make it. Okay. Okay, we have beautiful super highways of track. Now all that was just so that we could go in, kind of enter the system anywhere on either side and get to any of the stations. Because what we're going to do, we've obviously few of these stations we've really filled up. We obviously want to use the ones that aren't so full now. We want to get our potatoes into the system, so but see, we can just plug them in and they can just run over and you know, go wherever we want them to. Okay, that's the idea. Now I wonder if that express train deal made a liar out of me. Where is he? Oh, that's the wrong train. I thought, how did he get over there? No wonder he's not an express train. Okay, I'm saying when he gets back up there to Berlin, he will be an express train. That's my prediction. Okay. All right, let's do our vegetables. Large train station. Now let's scoot it back. Give us some room. Okay. Repairs. And we're gonna have a bunch of stuff coming in here. So I'm gonna come up like this and kind of come in like this. We know this station hasn't been used as much, so we'll go here. Where's that fruit? The fruit's over there, so I think I'm going to change this. I think I'm going to say, let's go up like this, and then let's come into this last one here. Let's put a supply tower here, and we might be able to use it for several things. Okay. And of course I'm ahead of myself. Track. Put in the switches. And then we're going to need 4 waiting lines. So we got 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And signals. Okay. All right, so now we can run potatoes. We'll do line 1, run full. Going to the one that's got no usage right now. Set up a line. between here, track 2 run full, and this station. One, two, three. Ah, shoot, I goofed that one because I really wanted to give it. Wanted to tell it to use one of these that isn't used. It can use that one. Copy that. Paste. Paste. Okay. And then we can set up a line running out of line 3, running full into this one. And on its way back, use one of these that isn't used. 500. Use that one. Couple of trains, and then set up a line between here and here. Running full. When you come back, use the one that isn't used, that one. And you can just run one train. And then this guy, we're going to need to pump this up significantly. What did we finish? There we go. We got our express line in plenty of time to get our gold check. So good deal. We've got all four of these cities growing. Built a whole bunch of super track. This has probably just hit 20,000. Yeah, these are small cities. All right, let's stop right there. When we come back down, and by the way, yes, I am going to do something like take some track and move it over here and here, so that we're not running through the cities for all the stuff. But I want to get it started. I want to get it moving, and you can see the way it's set up. You know, there's one we might be. I think I'm missing one here. This guy should be able to go to that guy, and I don't think he can. Well, worry about that later. I tell you what, I did want to leave, but there is one more thing. This has to happen. We've got to get this going. This is horrible. Train station, I was very remiss to not have this already running. Put a train station here, give it repairs. Run it out like this and into that. Bring it back. And then hook it in over here. Yeah, this side, like so, and like so. And then let's build, we need one extra waiting line. We'll be running 2 lines out of this. Okay. Got a short block there, and a short block there, and okay, and set up a line here between line 1 running up to Hamburg. And when you come back from Hamburg, use that track right there. And that's going to take you 37 days. That's one, so we'll give you 2 extra for the factory. And then we're going to go here, line 2 running full into this guy. And when you come back, use the one that isn't used, which is that one. And that's 41 days, so we'll give you 2 extras. There we go. Now we've got our meat business being supplied again. We have all 4 cities up here growing. How are we doing down here? What's that? We don't care about that. Now we've stalled down here, and I'm not shocked. We've got some work to do down here. I've got some things I want to do to fix it up. Let's think about our vegetable usage. We're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. We probably need it to be at like about a 6. What is it now? No, it's good. It should be good at that size for now. Okay, and yeah, let's stop right there. Okay, I think we've got a good start on our little deal here. And we've got a bunch of things we want to connect, and when these cities, when they get up to 40, which they're rapidly approaching, we'll definitely get a beer in here with that hops, and we'll look to add as much as possible unique businesses that we don't have elsewhere. But it's kind of hard. This isn't a classic 4-city structure because of the supply chain in this one, and I've talked about that a little bit. But oh wait, there is a business opportunity. I can see it right there. It's in Cologne. What would they like to have? Let's pause. Cologne. What could we put in Cologne? Oh, there's a dairy up here. Oh, that's right. That was, what's her name? We've got the clothing. We've got the meat going. I think we might put porcelain of all things. Or wait, no. Let's do... All right, next episode, I've got an idea. Come back for the next one, and we'll see what we put in there. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire video. Thank you.